So for this lesson, we're going to be solving for an unknown using multiplication. A couple of things to review. Another term for unknown is a variable, so it's something like x or y. Sometimes we'll use a. It's pretty much any letter, just represents any number. To solve for the unknown, we isolate the unknown on one side of the equation. And remember, whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. And then, quickly reminder, the inverses for different operations, the inverse of adding is subtracting, or vice versa. Opposite of subtracting is adding. Multiplying and dividing are opposites. Square, which is like 2 to the second power, 2 squared, is the square root, is the opposite of squaring. A little review of just working on solving equations. So here, usually what we'll do is we'll draw a line through the middle to remind us whatever we do on the left side, we do on the right side. And now we're trying to get our x's together and then our constants together. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. That way the x stays positive. So we've got x minus 5 equals 12. And then we add 5 to both sides. And we get x equals 17. Now the check, don't forget about your check step. We plug 17 in. And so 3 times 17 is 51 minus 5 equals 34 plus 12. 51 minus 5 is 46. And then 34 plus 12 is also 46. So that checks, which means 17 was correct. Now what we're going to start working with is, instead of having addition subtraction, right now that's saying 3 times x over here on this left side. 3x means 3 times x. So we're going to multiply it by what's called the multiplicative inverse. It sounds like big fancy words, but all that means is we're going to be multiplying what we call the reciprocal. So we've talked about reciprocals before. If you had 2/3, the reciprocal would be 3/2. You take your fraction and you flip it upside down. If you have 1/3, well, the reciprocal of 1/3 would be 3/1, which equals 3. If you had, let's say, 6, well, that's the same as 6/1. And if you flip that, the reciprocal of 6 is 1/6. What happens is when you multiply these together, on this one, 2 times 3, multiply the tops together, you get 6. Multiply the denominators together, you get 6. 6/6 is 1. Same thing for here. 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 6 is 6, and you get 1. So when we multiply by the reciprocal, it cancels out what we had. So on this one, we're going to multiply both sides by 1/3. Now, like we just talked about, the 1/3 is going to cancel that 3 out. 1/3 times 3. 1/3 times 3, we can put that 3/1, multiply straight across, you get 3/3, which equals 1. So on the left side, we're left with just an x. And then on the right side, we have 12 times 1/3. So we put the 12/1, multiply straight across. We have 12/3, which is equal to 4. So we have x equals 4. Same idea, we've got 2/3 times x. So since it's multiplication, we're going to multiply by the inverse. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3/2, multiply by the reciprocal. So on the left side, 3/2 times 2/3, we did that so that those would cancel each other out, and we'd be left with just an x. On the right side, we've got 14/1 times 3/2, which would get you 14 times 3 is 42/2. 1 times 2 is 2. And then 42 divided by 2 is 21. Now, these are just some quick steps of how to solve equations. If you're a person that likes a list to follow, then I would pause the video right now and copy this down. So for the last couple examples, we're going to be looking at simplifying by combining like terms and then solving equations like we've been practicing. So combining like terms, remember that means that terms are separated by plus and minuses. So each of these underlines, a 7, 3x, 6, 4x, 2x, and 15, those are all terms separated by a plus or minus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms on the left side. On the right side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So then what we're going to look for is what we call like terms. Like terms mean they have the same variable. So I see I've got this positive 3x. I take the sign with it. Positive 4x, negative 2x, all on the left side. We still keep our sides separate here, so those will be combined together. And then I see I've got a 7, a minus 6, and a plus 15 to be added together. For the x's, 3x plus 4x is 7x, and then 7x minus 2x gets me a 5x. Then looking at the blues, 7 minus 6 is 1, and 1 plus 15 is 16. So on the left side, that simplifies to 5x plus 16. On the right side, we've got a negative 2, a positive 8, negative 4x, positive 7x. So that would become a 3x plus a 6. Now we're just solving this like we've done in the past. Subtract 3x from both sides. We get 2x plus 16 equals 6. Subtract 16 from both sides. 2x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 2. X equals negative 5. Then to check that, let's see, the slide's going to get messed up here a little bit, but we're going to plug negative 5 into wherever we see an x. So for the left side, I'll start with that. We have 7 plus 3, plug negative 5 in, minus 6 plus 4, plug negative 5 in, minus 2, plug negative 5 in, plus 15. I ran out of room. And then we just start simplifying this. This would become, so it's 7 minus 15, minus 6, minus 20. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, plus 10, plus 15. And then we get 7 minus 15 is negative 8, minus 6 is negative 14, minus 20 would be negative 34, plus 10 would be plus, negative 24, plus 15 gets us negative 9. So that's the left side. The right side, we would have 7 times negative 5 minus 2 plus 8 minus 4 times negative 5. So you get negative 35 minus 2 plus 8 plus 20. So negative 35 minus 2 is negative 37, plus 8 is negative 29, plus 20, negative 9. So the left side equals negative 9, the right side equals negative 9, so check. We're going to find all of our x's first. Remember, these x's are on different sides of the equation, so they can't all be added together, but the left side can and the right side can. And then we've got our constants. So this would become negative 4x plus 6x is 2x minus x. So we have an x. 13 minus 11 is 2, plus 25 is 27, equals 4x plus 15. Subtract x from both sides. So we get 27 equals 3x plus 15. Subtract 15 from both sides. we get 12 equals 3x. And then I think last slide, I divided both sides by 3. I went like this, which is the same as multiplying both sides by 1/3. So you can show it either way, but knowing that dividing by 3 is the same as multiplying by 1/3 is an important idea in math that will come up later on. So that's why we're showing it that way as well. So here we get x equals 4. All right, our last example, we're going to distribute this 5 out. So it's 5 times x, 5 times -2. Also do that with the 2 to the 2x, 2 to the 3. So we get 5x minus 10 equals 4x plus 6. Subtract 4x from both sides. We get x minus 10 equals 6. Add 10 to both sides. X equals 16.